Hello, we're back. This week in ICD-10 PCS coding for week 7, we're going to be getting into radiology, imaging, and nuclear medicine. Some of these may involve terms that you haven't seen in a while, and I would strongly advise using a medical dictionary to look up anything that you're unfamiliar with. There are some other nuances to this chapter, as we'll see. Let's take a look at some now. If we have radiology, we're going to have x-rays. And you'll note that anything that's an x-ray, if you go to the alphabetic index, as we're doing here, anything that's an x-ray, it'll say C plane radiography. And then of course it will list every conceivable thing that could possibly have an x-ray under the radiography. Let's take a look at those. And here we are. Plain radiography. And again, everything is listed in alpha order from abdomen to everything else, chest, humerus, iliac, what have you. So there's some nuances on that. Again, you may want to keep a dictionary close by as you run into terms. The other thing to bear in mind is some of these things have contrast, as we'll see. So we have the imaging, and there's a table of the contrast agents that you can go to in your book. And again, terms that you'll see, cystoconrate 2, all these other different types of things.